Hello, sweethearts. Welcome once again to another tutorial. Hope you've been good. Today we're going to be making this beaded bottle. Someone requested it the last time, so here we go. So I already have this one, so we're going to be making another one just like this. I have had this for 3 years. I use it as a table lamp, so I kept fairy lights on it. As you can see, the lights blinking in it. So we're going to be making exactly the same thing, but this time around we're going to be making 3 colors. This one is 2 colors, right? So we're going to be making 3 colors of the same process that I used to make this, because this one has kept long and I want to believe is the process that I used. So you're going to need a bottle. Okay, the bottle has to be a bottle of your choice. Now you're going to need some yarn, that is crochet thread. You're going to need some yarn, you're going to need a needle and thread, and then you're going to need your beads. Also, you need a scissors here and there. You need your glue. Now I'm going to be using glue sticks and a glue gun, and you will see why. There is also this glue you can use. You can use E7000, all of them, super glue. I'll show you why I prefer the glue stick. Now see, as you try to put the yarn through the bead, you see it wouldn't go through. So now this is why we need the needle and thread. Okay, so thread up your needle, make a knot. Now you're going to open it like this and put your yarn through like that. Okay, so now you can pass the beads through your needle and it will be easy to go through the yarn like this. You see, now this is something you're supposed to make with chain beads, but chain beads are hard to find unless you're buying it online. Now I'll make a video and show you where you can get most of your beads to buy online, but for now, since we don't have chain beads, let's use yarn, okay, and our normal beads. So you're just going to, as you just thread up your needle and your yarn, you're just going to be putting your beads through your needle onto the yarn. Okay, so since that's what we're going to do, I'm just going to speed it up so that our time goes faster. So basically that's all you're going to do with all your beads, right? You're just going to put them through your needle, move them onto your yarn, because the yarn can't go through your needle hole, your bead holes. That's why you need the needle. So just do this, until you load all your beads onto your yarn. So I went ahead and did the rest off camera, just so yeah. Now when I got to this point, I realized the colors that I picked don't actually look very nice. So initially it's supposed to be green, yellow, and milk color, right? So okay, my thread just tangled up. Okay, so instead of going that way, you see the yellow and the green doesn't really match. So I changed my mind and I'm using black, because black and green, black goes with everything, right? So we're using black and green instead. So now I'm just going to go ahead and then needle up all the black beads onto the yarn. Okay, just like I did with the green one. That's what I'm going to do. Remember, I'm using a full yarn. I didn't cut it, but you can cut it, but you're going to have pieces where you're supposed to be joining. I didn't cut, so I'm just going to be doing this until all my beads are finished. Then I'll cut off my yarn. Okay, what I meant is my crochet thread. So go ahead and then bead all your needles onto your thread. Bead. Yes, bead all your beads onto your needle. Sorry about that. Okay, so you see this. Now I folded enough yarn that I know will be enough, and then I cut. And then when I cut off the yarn, I make sure there is a little bit extra, right? So this is how it's going to go, mostly. Not this process, but this is how it's going to go. So you see where the green takes me. The green doesn't go far. Initially I would have loved to do 2 colors, but you see where it's ending. Yes, so I need more of the black. So I went ahead and did the black off camera. Now I'm going to on my glue gun, put in my glue stick, and then we'll start working. Okay, so since we're not going to be using this beads anymore, I'm just going to put them aside. There. Okay, this way, much better. Okay, so you're going to take your beads, extend your thread like this. So this is how you're going to, mostly the problem is just the beginning, okay? Mostly the first roll of sticking is the issue. Once you're out with the first roll, that's just all, because the first roll there's nothing holding it, but the rest of the rolls they are beads down already, so it's going to be easier. Now you're going to put your glue on your bottle like this, just like this, okay? Then you put your bead on it like that, and it instantly holds. Okay, you don't need to be holding it instantly. Once you're using the glue stick and glue gun, it instantly holds. Now you see the tip of the thread, you need to glue it down so that it doesn't move. If not, it will move all your beads out. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead like this and just put the glue at the bottom, not the down bottom. If you put it the down bottom, the bottle won't stand. Okay, it won't stand well, it will be shaky. So just that circumference, you're just going to put it around that side all the way around. Like I said, this is the most complicated part about it. Once this part is out, that's all, because there's nothing holding this part down. But the next ones you're going to be making, this one is already here, so it's going to be holding them down. I don't know if what I'm saying is making sense at all. So as you doing, you're just going to be shifting your beads, making sure that they are in, how do I say it, they are full. That side of the bead you are using is full, like there are no spaces in between it, like this. Once again, once you're using the glue stick, see, I shift my beads to make sure that the parts I'm going to glue, there are no spaces between them. Once you're using the glue stick, once you put it on top, that is all, it holds. Okay, you just need to tap it, just tap a bit, and then that's all, it holds. So this is the end of it. So see how the end, I'll do the end this way. So it's like you've just made a circumference, right, like a circle that way. Good. So now we're going to go ahead and do the top all the way up. Ouch, sorry. So you put your glue around it like that, and then tap. You see, as the first row is already there, it's supporting the remaining rolls you put in around it, so it's much easier. If you joined your thread, okay, we'll get this one. If you are an old subscriber, thank you, really, thank you very much for sticking around with the family. If you're a new one, you are highly welcome to join the family. Yeah, lovely tutorials and more interesting things to come. Just if you need a tutorial you can't find, just let me know what it is in the comment section. If I can do it, I promise I will, and if I can't, I'll let you know I can't. Okay, just let's not be dull, please. Let me know what you think, where you watching from, what you think about the video, what should I do, what didn't I do right, whatever you think, just let me know. So this is it. Now let's try another glue, and then you see why I prefer the glue stick. Tap, right? Just like the glue stick, we tap. But with this one, you have to hold in place for a while. See, it's raising. See, with the glue stick, once you tap, that's all, it sticks, it doesn't raise. This one, it has to sit for a while before it will stick. So if you have all the time in the world on your hands, you can use that. Now let's try super glue, and then you see. Super glue, the problem is going to be sticking to your hand, sticking your hand to your beads, making it difficult for you to tap. And then once you tap, you raise your hand, and then the beads, see, the beads raise with your hand. That one also needs a little bit of time for it to dry, and then you're going to have to be putting an excess of it. Okay, you tap on it with the super glue, you tap, and then you raise your hand, and the beads follow, like it sticks to your hand. You're going to have to hold it for a while, so if you have time, that's fine, but it's a tutorial, darling. We don't have time, so I have to use the glue stick for you. So yeah, there are so many other options out there you can use, but these are the only 3 options that I have, and out of those 3, the glue stick is a better one. That is why I'm using it. So just go ahead and use whatever it's favorable for you and whatever you have. Okay, now remember, there are so many ways to bead a bottle. This is just one of them. I could make some as time goes on, but this is what I have at home, so I'm trying to show you guys how I did what I have at home. Okay, so as time goes on, I could bead more of it. And one disadvantage of the glue stick, you're not careful, you get bent. It doesn't get severe, it's just, yeah, heat is heat, right? So you get burnt a bit. So I'm just going to fast forward through this so that you see how it's gonna go. And then you get to a point where if you're joining your thread, you get to a point where you have to see how the joining is done. So I'm just going to fast forward through doing this until we get there. Also, I thought I should put up some crocheting tutorials, or wig making tutorials, or just let me know what you guys think. Okay, let me know what you think. And very soon, most of the questions I get on Facebook, it's how do you sell your bead products? Okay, so I'm going to make a tutorial on how I market and sell my bead wigs. Okay, so stick around, and then very soon I'll bring you a tutorial on that. So we're almost done with the green. It looks cute. I like the color. Okay, so I went ahead and did majority of it off camera. Now I have to join. Okay, like I said, I'm doing 3 colors, but the yarn that I used for the first row of beads is finished, right? So I'm going to join. So this is what you do. Where the other thread ends, put glue over it, extend it up this way, and then put the other one on it, extend the tip of that one up this way too, and then put glue over it to prevent it from moving. Don't worry about it showing. You're going to put rolls of beads over it, so it's not going to show. Okay, when your bead is ending, make sure there is a little bit of yarn at the tip that you can glue to the bottle. Once you've done that, the next section of yarn beads you're going to use, extend the tip of it to the top of the bottle, and then use the beads to cover the thread, okay, and then just continue rolling like that. So my beads are 5mm beads. I used shiny beads because they make the whole thing look extra beautiful, okay. So you can use whatever beads you want. You can use pearls, you can use just any beads at all you want, but I used these beads because they are shiny and then they make the bottle look beautiful. So the next color I added to the green and black is orange, and I love it. If the spacing is too much, don't worry, you can just push it this way, okay. Once you put your bead, push it back a bit so that it's attached to the first row you did. That way there is no spacing at all. But if you want spacing too, that's fine. But if you don't like the spacing, as I'm pushing the orange back, that's how you're supposed to push it back to the other beads you just made. So I'm going to do it offline. Just go ahead and do the rest offline. Or not. So I'll just, yes, so this way, let me show you how to see. Instead of tapping, I'm pushing it against the black, right? I'm pushing it against the black beads that I made. Just for you, those that didn't get it at the beginning, I'm just going to do a few rules so that you see, okay? And I'll keep quiet as usual. Oh yes, with the glue stick, as you're using it, it's going to be creating some small points or parts of glue on top of your beads. You can just use your hand to just remove it, and it just goes off like that. Okay, so my beads end here, so I'm going to go offline and then bead up my thread and then complete it and come, and then we'll show you how you end your beading, okay? So I went ahead and did the rest off camera, so I've just left one roll just so I'll show you how you end it. Okay, so remember, if you have chain beads, you can just use that. This option is for those without chain beads, okay? Now if you want it to the top of the bottle, you can. I don't, because the top is bulky. It's going to make it bulky and look odd. Now this is the last part, right? So I put it down this way, pushing, making sure there is no tip and there's no spacing in between it, and then I cut and leave off a small piece of yarn, and then I put glue over it like this, holding the yarn in place, right? So I'll cut it off like that, leaving just that small one. Now put glue on it and pick bead of the same color of what you just ended with and place it on top of it like this. So now the thread there is not also showing, right? So we have something like this, and this is our beaded bottle. So I'm going to go ahead, just like this one, I'm going to go ahead and put the light in it, and then you see how it looks like. Thank you so much guys for watching. Remember to leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, let me know what you think, subscribe if you haven't. See you in our next tutorial. Love you, bye.